Hey guys, welcome to Black Box Prompter. Let's take a look inside the software. Now this was built for musicians, for presenters, worship leaders, anybody needing words or lyrics or chords where they don't have to rely on a tablet or smartphone. Guys, this thing has over 100 features. It's all self-contained. All the software is built in, and there's no monthly subscription. It'll hold 2 million songs as well as 1,000 set lists. Let's go in, pull the curtain back, and take a peek. So first off, we are at our main menu, and we are at songs, and so songs and set lists. So I've got 8 set lists and I've got 60 songs. So I can quickly look at my set lists. I can edit these set lists simply by hitting my middle select button on my page turner. All the prompters do come with our page turner, our pedal, and we can quickly go in. So I'm going to go into church this Sunday, for example, and then I can quickly edit that set list. I can click edit and it'll open up a text editor. I can rename it and do some other things, but that's for set lists. Guys, I can do a similar thing with songs. Now I'm going to go into every song. Every song is your entire catalog of songs listed in alphabetical order. So let's go ahead and go into every song. And from here, I can literally double click one of the songs, and I can also edit the song, rename it, etc. So it's all built in. Now, how do you transfer your songs? We take Word files, we take plain text, TXT. We also take text-based PDF files, and to transfer them, you can do them a couple different ways. We include a thumb drive that you can move them over, or you can actually do them through a service we call Easy Load. It's really through the web. There's a website called blackboxrocks.com. You go there, you punch in a unique ID, and then you can start bringing over all of your songs as well as your set lists. For those of you using OnSong, we do integrate with OnSong, and we can also easily transfer your entire OnSong library all over in one fell swoop. You can also create set lists from scratch. You can create a new song from scratch. You can immediately display a logo. So when you start up your machine, you have the option to display your band's logo or any kind of logo, maybe your company logo or your church's logo. You can have that. And you can toggle that on and off, whether or not it shows up at boot up, but you have an option to quickly display it. And we also have a new feature called File Fixer. That's if you need to delete any songs or rename songs quickly, or some of your other files. It's like a very, very basic file management system for you to go in and fix any files that aren't working just right. Going back to the main menu, we also have internet and presentations. Now, this comes with Wi-Fi, so you can literally go out to the internet, specify a website like, say, Ultimate Guitar or your favorite lyrics website, and if you need to go out and find a song, fetch a song, you can save that song directly down to your prompter. There's a copy and paste exercise that you can do, save it directly to your prompter without involving another computer or a tablet. So again, everything's self-contained. Presentations will run your PowerPoint files as well. Smart Tools, I'm going to quickly go into Smart Tools. We have Easy Load, as I mentioned. That's your file transfer service through the web. SingAlong is a unique feature where you can display a QR code, and people from your audience can scan that QR code and see the words on their phone in real time. The same words you see on your prompter, they can see on their phone. When you change to a new song, it'll refresh and show that song. So that's a pretty nice feature as well, and you can quickly display the QR code. Wireless sync is a unique feature where if you have 2 or more black box prompters, you put them on the same network, you can have one control the others when it comes to turning pages. So you load up the songs on both. One is the leader of the band. They can actually click next and turn the pages for everybody else wirelessly. That's what wireless sync is. Messenger's a really nice feature. You can this is great for sound guys that are trying to send you a message. If you turn Messenger on, you can view the Messenger QR code, have your sound guy or some sort of technician scan it, and from their phone they can send you a text message that will immediately display on your prompter. So very, very useful tool there. Screen mirroring, this allows you, if you need to quickly connect your say your iPad or your iPhone to your tablet, you can certainly, to your prompter rather, you can do that. You will need the iPad phone connection kit to do that. We sell that on blackboxprompter.com, but that's if you need to quickly mirror your your device. It's not used too often. It's typically used in emergencies, but it's not used too often because most of what you need to do is all already built into the prompter. You also have the ability to pull down updates quickly. Updates are free. You can back up your entire system, which will back up all your songs, your set lists, any logo files you have, and you can also do a factory reset. Quickly, I want to go over some of the settings that we have with the black box prompter. You can, of course, get on the Wi-Fi. You have 12 different font sizes to choose from. Currently, this font size is on 0.32, known as extra large. We can certainly make the text bigger if you want. Let's just quickly see what that looks like. I'm going to jump up to 6XL. There it is. That's my band logo. I'm actually in two bands, so I split it up into two logos on one image. But I'm going to go ahead and we'll go next. And now you can see how much bigger the font is. Now, the bigger the font, the fewer the words you can fit on the screen. The smaller the font, of course, more words you can fit on the screen. So you'll want to find your sweet spot. Let's actually go into a song. I don't think we've seen what a song looks like. I'm going to go into my Every Song library. I'm going to pull up, in this case, American Girl. I'm going to hit select. Now I've got colorization turned on. The software knows when it's the title of a song. It knows when it's a song section, like an intro, bridge, chorus. Okay. Anytime there's anything in brackets on its own line, it can colorize that. It also colorizes your chords for you guitar players, so your chords pop. But you get a nice visual cue, so you don't have to go in and set every single color. It'll do it automatically, which makes it really nice. On my page turner, I click next, and it just takes me right to the next page very, very quickly. If I need to go back, I hit the back button. Okay. Now, if I double click my back button, it'll take me back to the previous level. Now, for you guitar players, let's say you need to transpose the chord. So let's say I double click my middle button. Actually, let me go into the song. So I'm going to go back into American Girl. Now from here, I double click my select button, and the current key is actually in D. So I'm going to change this to say, hey, current key's in D. And then what new key do we want to be in? Maybe we want to bring it down a whole step. So I'm going to bring it down. I hit my back button once, hit my back button twice. Now I'm in the key of C. And what you'll notice is now it's truly in the key of C. Earlier it was in D. Now it's in C. I'm going to go ahead and move it back to D. That's the actual key it's supposed to be in, but I'm going to go ahead and move it back up a whole step. And then now you can quickly see it's back to the key D. Key of D. So now I'm also seeing that there is a wrong chord on here. So if I want to edit that, I can quickly edit that. In fact, that first guitar, it says it's C. It really is not a C. That really should be a D, I believe. But in this example, let's make that first chord a D. So I'm going to go ahead and go back. I'm going to double click American Girl. I'm going to click edit. And then I've got my keyboard handy. By the way, all of our prompters do include a wireless keyboard with a trackpad. And I've got that connected. All I'm going to do is move my little trackpad, my little cursor, and I'm simply just going to go in here, change that to D. And then go ahead and close this and save it. Go ahead and hit save. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and go back into the song, and there it is. You can now see that that is showing the chord D. So you can quickly make changes on the fly, again, without involving another computer. Now, one shortcut I like to mention is on your keyboard, if you hit the number 0, it will take you back to the top of the main menu. So it's a pretty nice shortcut to jump you back to kind of like home base. Okay, so we went over songs, set lists, every song. We went over internet. We covered the smart tools, mentioned screen mirroring. We got some help. Let's go back into settings here. A few more things about settings I want to point out. You have the option to show your logo on boot up on whether or not you want it to show up or not. You can have multiple logo files and then cherry pick which one you do want it to show to start up. You have the option to show that logo after each set if you wish, have it automatically pop up. Color settings tells you what colors you want to enable. You have the option to colorize just the sections or just the headers or just the chords, or completely turn it off. It's completely up to you on what colors you want to show up. You can change the color of the chords if you wish. Auto scroll. Auto scroll is a really nice feature. I'll quickly go over that. We're going to go ahead and enable auto scroll. And what's great about auto scroll, it supports multiple font sizes as well as colors now. So I'm going to go ahead and let's pull up American Girl again. And what you'll see this time is it'll start up in pause mode, and I'm going to hit the select button to go ahead and have it start to auto scroll. And you can see it smoothly going up there. Now let's say that's too slow. If I need to speed it up, I can click next, maybe click next again and speed it up. So you can see it's increasing speed a bit. All right. If I need to slow it down, I can click the back button. When it gets to the end of the song, it's going to remember your changes. So that's really nice. You don't have to go through this exercise every time. If maybe there's a solo happening and you need the words to pause, you just simply hit your middle button on your pedal, which is the select button, and it'll pause it. To resume, you hit the select button again, and it starts right back up. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead into, if I need to back out, I can hit the pause button and then double click my back button, and then I'm back right where I was. So that's pretty nice. Let's see, anything else we want to cover in settings today? Yes, backing tracks. So for any of you musicians, maybe you're doing a solo performance at a coffee shop or the pub, and you want some extra instrumentation, or maybe you're a small band and you just want to have some extra tracks and layers in there. You can certainly do that. You have a 1/8 inch headphone jack on your prompter, whether it's the Go unit that you can plug directly into the Raspberry Pi CPU, or whether you have the Wedge unit, which is will have a headphone jack. Of course, you can get a direct box and convert that to XLR, but you can run speakers directly from your prompter and have your audience hear what's coming out of the speakers, the backing track. So the way this works, you turn this on. If you get your instrumentation, you go out to, say, karaokeversion.com is a good one for customizing your own backing track. And let's say you have Sweet Caroline, you have an MP3 file, right? So sweetcaroline.mp3, you have a lyrics file called sweetcaroline.txt for text. With this turned on, the system will realize, hey, you got both of them turned on. When you start to, when you hit the select button, it will play that backing track. Makes it really, really nice. So you don't have to go into a separate menu. It's just you pull it straight from the song, and you start it simply by hitting the select button when you're inside the song. Okay. Number 10, display orientation. So right now we are in portrait or vertical mode or orientation. Some of us like to have it go left and right, or horizontal, or landscape. We can certainly change it to horizontal. In fact, I'll just show you what that looks like. So, assuming my screen was tilted 90 degrees, it would go ahead and show that. And it does a quick reboot so that it shows it. Okay, back into settings. Now we're going to go over the metronome feature. So if you'd like to have a click, just a simple click to keep you as tight as possible, very popular with drummers. Again, we have the headphone jack that you can use, whether you plug in headphones or you plug in the speaker and have it for practice. But if you have a metronome turned on, then the system will look for a specific tempo or BPM in your song file. And so within the top 5 lines of your lyrics file or your chord chart, if you have BPM, colon 120, or you have tempo colon 120, it will actually give you that click that you can audibly hear out loud of that click. So that's just a built-in functionality to help you stay on track. Typically, it'd be used in practice, or you just have your drummer use it to keep them on track. Let's see, number of padding spaces. Yep, that's simply if you needed to kind of scooch over your words a little bit. Maybe you're looking at your prompter from an angle and you need to have everything kind of shifted over a few spaces. That will allow you to increase padding on one of the sizes. Okay. Now, if you have chord charts, but maybe your singer's using it and they don't want to see the chords clutter everything up, you can hide the chords. So you have the ability to show or hide chords right here. We do have some folks who are color deficient or colorblind, and so if we need to invert the screen, so instead of having white text on a black background, we can flip that and have black text on a white background. So that is an option for accessibility. But guys, several different settings there. Of course, we do have help, so if you have any questions, help file can be very, very helpful, or simply you can reach out to us at blackboxprompter.com/support for any support related questions. We do answer the phones 7 days a week. and we are based in the United States. But guys, that's really it. The software is very, very fast, very, very responsive. Again, a dozen font sizes, connect to Wi-Fi, connect multiple prompters, and it's just it's very clean, where you can get your lyrics or your script or whatever that you need to see it. You can pull it very, very quickly. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at blackboxprompter.com.